What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mo here for another classic review. Sorry, a regular review. And today, this is the third and final part of this review of the Mandalorian series. This is my thoughts on the Mandalorian Season 3, Part 3. And before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, well, we're going to Mandalorian, boys and girls. And also, warning, spoilers alert to those who haven't seen the third season. Go watch it right now, then come back here to watch the review. If not, well, you've been warned. So yeah, season 3 aired between March 1st until April 19th of 2023 of this year. And also, it also continues the adventures of Mando and Grogu storyline after following the events of a spin-off series, The Book of Boba Fett, which will be another review for another time. And also, the season also promotes Katie Sackhoff as a series regular. If you recall, she's the voice of Bo-Katan Kryze from Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Rebels, and now making her first live-action debut. Now, as a series regular. The music was composed by Joseph Shirley, who replaces Ludwig Göransson, who composed the score for the previous seasons. Fun fact. Well, there's some good news. A fourth season has been on the making, so in development, so that's good news. Shall we begin? Oh yeah. But yeah. So we're starting off with episode 1, or chapter 17, The Apostate, which was directed by Rick Famuyiwa and written by Jon Favreau. And to make more sense, I think it was episode 6 of the Mandalorian, of Book of Boba Fett, where Mando founds the covert after completing his mission from season 2. He also shows the Darksaber to the armorer, which of course gets jealousy from Paz, since he's the descendant of the creator of Darksaber, Tar Vizsla. A little skirmish happens, and of course, the armorer asks, "Did you remove your helmet?" Which of course revealed, remember, Mando removed his helmet, which of course he's now an apostate, since breaking the code of if you remove your helmet, you're no longer Mandalorian. Which of course, the only way to redeem himself is to go to bathe in the waters of under Mandalore, which of course, they were bombarded by the Empire, destroyed during the Night of the Thousand Tears. It was a flashback scene where she talks about the curse of the Darksaber to those who haven't truly earned it in combat. Like Bo-Katan, which was given to her by Sabine Wren in Clone War in Rebels, instead of fought for. Sorry. So he leaves the covert. Now back here, the armorer and a group of Mandalorians hold a ceremony to induct a young child, Ragnar Vizsla, who is the son of Paz Vizsla, into the tribe. The ceremony is interrupted when a dinosaur turtle attacks the Mandalorians. The clan initially fails to defend themselves until they are saved by Din Djarin and Grogu. Make story short, Grogu was returned to the Mando after he decided to choose the Beskar chain armor that Mando gave him over Yoda's lightsaber when Luke gave him a choice of which one he chooses. Because remember, due to his attachment to Mando, became a problem. But the Boba Fett series we had our review for another time, so we don't want to make this longer. Which, of course, who have been reunited. Which, of course, Mando talks to the armor, which because he shouldn't be here, because he's an apostate. Which, of course, the armor confirms that if the minds of Mandalore still exist, Din Djarin may become a Mandalore once again. Of course, Mando shows proof, which evidence that because a scavenger went to Mandalore and it's still intact. So he has a new journey. Okay. Din Djarin travels to Navarro to meet with High Magistrate Grief Karga. Din Djarin helps Karga stave off a group of pirates led by a pirate named Vane. Karga offers Din Djarin the position of marshal, but Din Djarin refuses. He asks what happened to Dune, and as she was sent to another planet to handle recruitment, which, well, we all know what happened to her. Of course, he stated that he came to rebuild IG-11. If you recall, he sacrificed himself in Season 1 by blowing himself up and killing a squad of stormtroopers. Din Djarin successfully revives IG-11, but the droid defaults to his original violent programming with the help of I forget the name of these critters. These guys from Episode 9. You know which one. Baba Frick's species, which is there was a scene where they were talking. Grogu managed to hug one of them and say, "No squeezy, bad baby," and Grogu's about to attack him and say, "Man's like, nope, 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 nope." That's actually pretty funny. So of course, Azalians. Okay, Din Djarin brings the parts to a group of Anzelian mechanics who tell him that they need a new memory core to repair the droid. As he leaves Navarro, the pirates, led by Vane's superior, Gorian Shard, attacks his ship, but he escapes. Soon, Din meets with Bo-Katan at her family's castle, on Calvala, who reveals that after losing the Darksaber, she has abandoned her plans to reclaim Mandalore and tells Din Djarin to travel there alone. Soon we're at chapter 18, episode 2, The Mines of Mandalore. Din Djarin visits Peli once again on Tatooine. If you don't notice, she's missing a tooth because she lost that tooth during the Battle of Tatooine, which happened in the final season of the Book of Boba Fett, aka when their war against the Pike Syndicate, which had to cost her a tooth. It's actually pretty much she's still missing a tooth, so it makes more sense. Which, of course, he requests to search for the memory chip for IG-11, which, of course, sorry. Which, of course, she calls him Grandpa because no one has made an assassin droid memory chip in years. And it's during the 8th season, which is the famed races of the pod races on Tatooine, which we remember. It's a very popular day. So, guess what she does? She offers instead sells him R5-D4. If you remember R5, he made his appearance in, I think it's around maybe season 2 or the Book of Boba Fett. He became one of Peli's crew members. Pick crew members. And also, R5 hasn't been the only original trilogy droid that ever appeared. Because remember, R5 made his first appearance in Star Wars Episode 4. If you recall, in the scene where Owen Lars almost bought him instead of R2, which of course is ready to kaput. And of course, let's just say Din Djarin, Grogu, and R5 fly from it to Mandalore, which we see R5 being chicken. Where R5 was about to go chicken, but Peli said, "Oh hell no, you're going with them." And you see him whining and scared when he gets back in the when he's inside on the N1 Starfighter. Soon, they fly to Mandalore into a gravity storm. Which you see R5 complain again when the Jar orders R5 to scout ahead, ensure that the atmosphere is not toxic. Let's just say R5 first refused, but when the Jar presses a button, which drops him down to the surface, tell him to move his butt. Meanwhile, while R5 scouts for the atmospheric toxins, he hadn't returned. So Din Djarin ventures after it. It was attacked by several alumnites, a native troll-like species living in the caves. Heading deeper into the mines, let's just say he managed to find R5. But, along with Grogu, the Master go deeper inside, trying to find the mines of Mandalore, until he gets attacked by a cyborg creature. And he sends Grogu to get Bo-Katan's help. At first, we see Bo-Katan at her throne, when she sees when her protocol droid mentions the Mando's return. She gets pretty pissed off and tries to send him back packing. When she goes about to confront him, turns out he's not there. It's only Grogu until she realizes something bad happened. Grogu and R5 go along to join her to Mandalore. Which, of course, Bo-Katan rescues Din Djarin and kills the cyborg creature before... let's just say he injured him by trying to suck his blood out. And also explaining Grogu about everything. Soon, Din Djarin wakes up, which of course she questions he never had Pog soup before. Which of course, Mando determined to find the low waters, which of course, she tells him he'll get lost because she knows where it is. Soon they arrive at the mines, including a plaque talking about the famous myth of the Mythosaur. We see Din Djarin take up his jetpack, his weapons, and slowly walks on the waters and repeating the words to redeem himself until he went too far and fell straight down the water. Bo-Katan jumps in, saves him as they're going way up, big up. That's when she came face to face with a Mythosaur right there, a living Mythosaur. The master get out of the water. That's what we see Bo-Katan like quiet right there. She sees the true Mythosaur. If you recall what the armor says, let's just say that the Mythosaur will rise again to signify a new era of Mandalore, which is true now. Soon we're in episode 3, chapter 19, The Convert. After Din Djarin recovers, he and Bo-Katan depart Mandalore, though Bo-Katan then told him about her seeing the Mythosaur including existence to him. Upon returning to Kalevala, they've been attacked by a squad of TIE interceptors, which of course they managed to defeat them until turns out her castle has been destroyed by TIE bombers, as she got mad, so she follows those TIE bombers to destroy them until they got attacked by a whole a squad of TIE interceptors, which they don't know where they came from, and they're forced to retreat. Back on Coruscant, Dr. Percy receives a pardon by the New Republic, but is startled to find Ilia Kane, a former communications officer who was part of Moff Gideon's Imperial Remnant, among the amnesty program recipients. Kane agrees to assist Percy in his effort to continue his cloning research, which has been outlawed by the Republic. They sneak aboard a decommissioned Imperial-class Star Destroyer to steal necessary materials, but Kane betrays Pershing to the Republic lawkeepers and later secretly sabotages the mine's wiping procedure used on him. Which, of course... Meanwhile, Din Djarin and Bo-Katan return to the Mandalorian convert, which, of course, at first, let's just say Paz was not... tell him to go back, including Bo-Katan. But soon because Mando brought proof that he was on Mandalore. He was in the living waters, of course. He meets with the armor, gives him a sample of the living water, which of course there was proof. That's when the armor goes up to Bo-Katan and asks her if she was in the living water as well. And he asks if she ever removed her helmet and said nope. Which of course, Bo-Katan is welcome to their covert. Now we're in episode 20, chapter 20, or episode 4. This is called The Foundling. We have Carl Weathers as director, and it was written by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Of course, the John introduced Grogu to the Mandalorian combat training, which of course Grogu was a training match against Paul Vizsla's son, Ragnar Vizsla. Which of course, a game of paintball, which Ragnar managed to take twice on Grogu until the third time Grogu managed to use his Jedi training to dodge and managed to get 3 hits at him. But unfortunately, Ragnar gets captured by a raptor, which of course Bo-Katan got with the hunting party, along with Mando, Vizsla, and others. Meanwhile, as they leave, Grogu is with the armor, which of course, while the armor talks about the forging armor of the new generation of Mandalorians, which triggers a memory of him back in the Jedi Temple, where he's being escorted out after let's just say being rescued from the burning Jedi Temple. We see a bunch of Jedi who get him to the elevator to a lift before they get killed, until he encounters with none other than Jedi Master Kalarian Beck. If you recall him, he was the Jedi Master from the Disney Plus series, Jedi Temple. I think it was Jedi Temple Challenge, and also who handles all the younglings. And this is played by sorry. He's played by Amon Best, who is known for playing Jar Jar Binks in the prequel trilogy from episode 1 through episode 3, which became his more, let's just say, controversial role. Soon, Kelly and Bang manage to get Grogu out of the Jedi Temple until they're chased by two Republic gunships aiming at him. Until they get hit by a train, they manage to arrive at a platform weighed by a group of Naboo by members of the Naboo armed forces. As they arrive, a Republic gunship lands and manages to stop them, but the Naboo armed forces manage to help Kelly escape while shooting off the clone troopers, which they manage to escape Coruscant. Which, damn, when I saw that right there, it was actually the Nabooians who helped Grogu and Kelly and Beck escape Coruscant on their Nabooian starship. Damn, that's actually pretty cool. When I saw that ship, wait. Are we gonna be Padme? They nope. Damn. Soon after that, Vizsla's overeager. The master arrive at the nest, which of course, Vizsla's over-eagerness to save Ragnar disrupts Bo-Katan's plan to lead to a difficult aerial confrontation, which Bo-Katan then rescues the boy unharmed. And killed it. Well, technically, the raptor falls in the water and gets eaten by another turtle monster. Which, of course, when they return back to the clan, which, of course, they have new members. The chicks that were left behind. Which, of course, Bo-Katan earns the clan's respect. And also, the armor replaces Bo-Katan's pauldron, which she lost during the conflict between the raptor. And also, what she lost during the scuffle with the raptor. Bo-Katan reveals her account of the Minosaur, but the armor meets her account and with a different belief. Now we're in chapter 21, or episode 5, The Pirate. This was directed by Peter Ramsey and written by John Favreau. In retaliation for Vane's expulsion, Gorian Shard invades Navarro, which of course starts a aerial bombardment. Okay, Gorian Shard looks like some kind of swamp monster. You can tell by, Mr. Like Grief Karga. That voice. I don't know, wait, who voices Gorian Shard? That's like, damn, that voice. Let's see, Gorian Shard. Fuck, where is that name? Weird. Can't find his name here. Ain't that a pity? Well, I don't know who voiced Gorian Shard. I call that bullshit. Which, of course, sorry about that. Of course, Grief Karga contact Carton Teva of the New Republic, suspecting the attack prelude to a new rise of the Empire. Of course, Teva informs Colonel Tuttle, which, of course, Tuttle shows indifference. He tracks down the Mandalorian, which Mando asks how he tracked him, because he replies, because he has an old friend who was with them during the time of the rebellion, and guess who it is? R5. Which, like, wait, what? You told me R5 was the rebellion the whole time? That's right, folks. You think R5 was just a random droid in episode 4? Oh no, he was part of the rebellion. But how the fuck did he end up there anyway? That's a good question I want to know. But yeah, of course, he gives him the Grief Karga's message, which of course, he asks, he asks Din Djarin for help. Din Djarin convinces the covert to come to Karga's aid despite their prior confrontation with him. And Bo-Katan assumes command of the attack force, which, of course, Vizsla vouches for them after what they did for him and his son. Which, of course, Bo-Katan, being a natural leader, leads the command, along with Din Djarin, of the attack force. Which, of course, as they arrive, Mando goes down and distracts Gorian Shard's main command ship, which, of course, leads them away from the town. Bo-Katan takes her ship and sends the troops down there and to take out Gordon Sharp's remnant troops down below. As Mandalorian overcomes the invasion, Vane flees, which, of course, Gordon Sharp is defeated and killed, and the remaining pirates are detained. The Mandalorians are welcomed back by Grief Karga and the people and move back into the old enclaves. There, as they're celebrating, Paz tells Bo-Katan that the armor wants to speak to her. Yar meets Bo-Katan at their former covert, talk about showing her a smaller version of the forge, unlike compared to the great forge on Mandalore. Which, of course, Yara meets with Bo and acknowledging. Sorry. Damn allergies. That's all I was saying. She acknowledged the reappearance of the Mythosaur as an omen that Bo-Katan is the one who can reunite all the Mandalorian clans, and asked her to remove her helmet to symbolize this new position because Bo-Katan has walked both ways. Which, of course, Yara sends Bo-Katan off to find other Mandalorians and bring back to reunite them because it's time for them to retake Mandalore. Then we see something more scarier. On his way back to El-Dafai, Teva encounters a wreckage of a Lambda shuttle, which, of course, turns out to be Moff Gideon's prison transport, which has gone missing during transit, and turns out Gideon has escaped. It turns out when he was looking around who done it, turns out he found a fragment of Beskar alloy inside the shuttle. Yeah. So we're at episode 6, or chapter 22, Guns for Hire. It was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard and written by John Favreau. Bo-Katan and Din Djarin and Grogu set out to idyllic planet Placer 15, where Bo-Katan's former army, now led by Axe Wolf, has set themselves upon as a mercenary troop. Before they can meet them, they are involuntarily diverted to the planet's rulers, Captain Bombardier and the Duchess, played by Jack Black and Lizzo. Come on, Jack Black looks good with a beard, and he played a former Imperial. Sorry. Damn allergies. As I was saying, I hate allergies. Sorry. I was saying, who asks for their help neutralizing several reproposed but malfunctioning Imperial and former Separatist battle droids? Which, of course, intrigues Mando since You got him on. He agrees because you got him on battle droids. But before they first investigate the security office, which is played by none other than Commissioner Hellgate, played by Christopher Lloyd. Oh my god, does anything get better? Showing the security footage. Soon they arrive at a cargo load area, which we see a group of super battle droids carrying cargo. Which we see a B1 battle droid telling them this is off limits. Which of course Mando, trying to provoke one of them until he manages to get one of them provoked, which he gets a sucker punch by one and runs off. Shit. They manage to subdue this battle droid, which of course Bo just blasts it. Doing an autopsy, turns out it has a type of maintenance fuel. At the droid was sabotaged to nanodroids a bar, which of course it was covertly imported by Commissioner Hellgate, head of the Planetary Security Office. Confronted, Hellgate reveals himself as a separatist before Bo-Katan knocks him out with a taser, which he says politics. He brings him to the Duchess and the Captain, which of course says him to be a Pentian exile on the moon of Paraquat. Granted an audience with the other Mandalorian privateers. As they arrive, she challenged Wolf for the leadership and defeats him. Fortunately, he mentioned that without the Darksaber, she's nothing until Mando gives her the saber because, one, Mando admits his capture by the cyborg in the mines of Mandalore and his rescue by Bo-Katan, which rightfully bestows the Darksaber back to her. Well, she now has the Darksaber once again. Soon, we're now in episode 7, chapter 23, The Spies. We see Elia Kay walking the streets Kelor corners until she has an alley where she encounters an Imperial Pro droid, which turned out to be a connection. She contacts Moff Gideon, informing was of the Mandalorian's intent to take back Mandalore. Of course, Gideon is concerned about this, and both the factions were mortal enemies. Now they're working together. Soon after that, we get to see him. Information to the Shadow Council, a group of Imperial remnant warlords, where each one is talking to each other. And we also have the first appearance of Captain Pellaeon. If you don't remember him, he is Grand Admiral Thrawn's right-hand man in Legends, and also made a vocal appearance in the series finale of Star Wars Rebels during the siege attack on Lothal. And also, we see Commandant Brendol Hux, who is the father of General Hux from the sequel trilogy. Talking about Operation Necrocy. And also Captain Pellaeon. And also questions Captain Pellaeon on the absence of Grand Admiral Thrawn, which of course the other warlords notice because, well, where is he? Where's Grand Admiral Thrawn? Which Pellaeon tells them that his secrecy is his best opportunity to keep hidden while the Republic doesn't even know. But fortunately, Gideon asks maybe there should be new leadership until he mentions the Mandalorian problem. Sorry. Mentions the Mandalorian problem and asks if a new, which of course he requests a new squad of TIE interceptors and also Praetorian guards to keep him protected from the Mandalorians. Which, of course, we get to cut off where we see the whole fleet of Mandalorian mercenaries arrive at Navarro, which, of course, is quite a sight for the people seeing the Mandalorians. A Mandalorian captured former Imperial light cruiser, now in the possession of Mandalorians over the city of Navarro. Soon they arrive at where the coverts are, which of course, well, a bit of a standoff between the others and the other group. Bo-Katan unites the Mandalorian clan and prepares to do a recon party to explore the surface of Mandalore, which of course, on Mandalore, the group meets they encounter a surviving clan who is loyal to Bo-Katan. Which, of course, during the night, Bo-Katan admits that she surrendered to Gideon shortly after the Night of the 1,000 Tears, hoping that her people will be spared from her harm, but bullshit. Gideon tricked them and annihilates them. One of them asks the armor if she was Death Watch, and she says, Death Watch no longer exists. Our sect was on Concordia, which we see that her response. Damn. Soon, due to the many sick here, she decides to take those back to the command ship to get treatment. Soon, the other guy leads them to the forge until, guess what? Sorry. The party finds the Great Forge, but they're ambushed by Beskar Hand stormtroopers. Super commandos. Soon, when they follow them to which looks like a hidden Imperial base, they get trapped, which of course then is captured by the stormtrooper until it gets to appears. Moff Gideon in Beskar armor, who reveals he intends to complete the Great Purge of Mandalore. He attempts to kill the search party and also orders the TIE interceptors to destroy the fleet above Mandalore. But unfortunately, Bo-Katan uses Darksaber to escape the group, but Paz Vizsla stays behind to buy time. But unfortunately, he is killed by Gideon's Praetorian guards, which of course that's the saddest part of all. And finally, we're in the final episode for Season 3, Episode 8, Chapter 24, The Return. We see Bo-Katan and the rest and his reconnaissance squad retreat from Gideon's base. He contacts Axe Wolf and alerted him that a squad of Imperial TIE interceptors will be attacking the fleet, which of course he needs to move the fleet, which Axe has a plan, which unfortunately she didn't catch that because they entered the atmosphere, which caused a problem with the connection. Which of course, meanwhile, Mando escapes with the help of Grogu after freeing him from the Super Commandos. He contacts Bo-Katan to help him locate Gideon. But unfortunately, he's going to find Gideon, defeat him, which of course she gives the okay. Soon he contacts R5, who's still in the surface, hiding, and asks him to locate Gideon, which he does using a port, astromech port, which of course he starts fighting off Super Commandos. Meanwhile, Bo-Katan and the rest hide in an underwater garden, which turns about it's survived the bombardment, which are actually the natural plants from Mandalore's surface before it became a desert wasteland. Soon, Axe Wolf arrives at the fleet and tells everybody to head bound to Mandalore and send every available Mandalorians to help Bo-Katan, which he tells them he'll take control of the ship and tells everyone to evacuate immediately, which they do. As they evacuate, they flow down to the surface. A whole fleet of squad of TIE interceptors arrive and start blasting the light cruiser, where Axe Wolf distracts them. Soon as they down there, the whole group of Mandalorian volunteers, led by the armorer, arrive, which of course they all join in to fight against Gideon's super commandos. Meanwhile, while Mando's looking for Gideon, they encountered what looks like a cloning lab, which turns out to be clones of Gideon. Which, of course, when Grogu looks at one, it opens his eyes, which freaks him out. Which, of course, he manages to destroy the clones. As he enters the control room, Gideon walks in, pissed off, because Din Djarin just snuffed out his clones. Because the only thing those clones have was the Force, which he doesn't have. I find shoes, but unfortunately, due to Gideon having the type of enhanced Beskar armor, which is similar to Dark Trooper, like cybernetics. It's like kind of like a Iron Man suit, like a Hulkbuster suit, something like that. Soon Bo-Katan fights. Let's just say, while Mando's fighting Gideon, he counters the Praetorian Guard, which of course Grogu distracts them, say, no. Which, of course, he fights the Praetorians, but unfortunately, Bo-Katan steps in to fight Gideon while Mando helps Grogu. Both Mando and Grogu defeat the Praetorian Guards while Bo-Katan is fighting Gideon with the Darksaber. She receives a contact from Axe Wolf that he's about to take the light cruiser and crash the light cruiser into Gideon's base, which of course, unfortunately, Gideon destroys the Darksaber. But dude, sad for him, Wolves ramps the capital ship into the Imperial base, which of course Grogu uses the Force and pushes Gideon into the fire, where he gets consumed by the fire. It was Grogu right here using a Force protects. Grogu protects himself, Bo-Katan, and Djarin with a Force bubble. If you remember, that's the same one used by Kanan during when he sacrificed his life to save Hera and the rest after Governor Price fired at one of the fuel tanks, which became a bigger blunder for her. Back as I was saying, after the battle, let's just say there's a ceremony in the caves of Mandalore where they finish with the ceremony with Ragnar Vizsla becoming a Mandalorian. And soon, Din Djarin wants Grogu to be bathed as one due to him not talking. He decides to adopt him as his own. Hence the name Din Grogu. Soon, after the battle, the Mandalore restarted the Great Forge at the heart of Mandalore, and Din Djarin formally adopts Grogu. Afterwards, Din Djarin takes up the honest contract work with Carson Teva, but in exchange, and moves into the cabin at the outskirts of Navarro. But also, in exchange, he has a present for Greek Karga, a newly rebuilt IG-11, thanks to the Anzelian's mechanics, as Navarro's new marshal. We get to see right there, Din Djarin sitting there, and Grogu lifting a frog, what he learned from Luke, and it cuts right there. And there, my friends, was Season 3 of The Mandalorian. And people started to this has to be the weakest part. Most people, the one people they like was the I think it was episode 6 of chapter 22, which featured people criticize Lizzo appearing there. Most people like Christopher Lloyd and Jack Black appearance, but people criticize Lizzo. I think we got a bunch of fat phobia idiots there. I think it's actually pretty cool seeing both her and Jack Black having fun. Come on. Who hasn't loved Star Wars? Come on. And Christopher Lloyd? That's actually, you got Doc Brown right there. But yeah, it's actually pretty cool to see. It even caught me by surprise to see Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown in a Star Wars one. That's actually pretty cool. Even Jack Black saying, "Oh, come." Which, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. But yeah, folks. Let me know what you think of Season 3 of The Mandalorian. And are you ready for Season 4? Because, hey, we are. And also, they confirmed that in the Mandalorian movie, which will be directed by, I think, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, Grand Admiral Thrawn will be the main villain, which, to tell you the truth, that's a great idea, because most of the big bads we keep repeating to see are Darth Vader and the Emperor. Thrawn is more unique because he's more like he's a tactician. He knows you. He studies you before he attacks you. So Thrawn makes a good villain. And also, I'm hoping to see the Ahsoka series, which is coming out in August. So this is gonna be awesome. Which we get some hints from Heir to the Empire novel. So hell yeah. And also, I think next week I'll be talking about the Book of Boba Fett to help you guys to understand about the 3rd season. So yeah. Before I go, if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, and remember our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers or at least 500k. Until then, have a great day, everybody. Peace out, stay safe, and go nuts. Ciao.